This is the Life's Journey with Best Friends podcast. Listen as two best friends for over 40 years share our experiences, insights, and unique stories. Hey, welcome back, BFFers. This is Noelle.
And Diana.
And you're here at Life's Journey with Best Friends.
Woohoo!
We're just here to hang out, have fun, kind of talk, and I don't know, shoot some shit and talk shit and whatever.
We like to talk shit.
We do. And we appreciate you coming to hang with us today. So thank you very much. So we have a couple of updates from our last episode. So I did get my hearing aids. And can I tell you, I'm so excited and I absolutely love them. I don't know what that makes me, if it's old or what, but I notice a huge, huge difference.
Really?
Yes.
I'm excited for you.
Yeah.
Actually, I put in a call for Jim to get his hearing tested with your doctor because his hearing is horrible.
I think he's just ignoring you.
No, I'm telling you, it's bad.
So Dave and I, we have our chairs, that we sit in at night. And over the weekend, I think it was Sunday night, I said, wow, has it been nice me not saying what? He's like, yes, it's been incredible. And even my boss walked by me today and he said something and I answered him and he stopped and he went, you didn't say, huh? I was like,
And
yeah.
you're like, yeah,
yes,
I
I can actually hear you. It's great.
I'm so excited for you.
Yeah.
And has there been a downside at all?
Today was a little different. I want to say today was the first day I actually felt them in my ears, and I know that sounds strange,
No.
but today they did bother me a little bit, but it's just a matter of getting used to them. The weirdest thing is when I take them out, I feel like I now have earplugs in because everything, of course, is dampened. Yeah. And I'm just like, oh, I don't like this.
That's so, and you don't sleep with them.
No. You can, but there's no reason to.
Yeah.
I mean, nothing will happen if I sleep with them, but you shouldn't because, they're in my ear canal.
I
Yeah.
get it. I just was curious. Taste the fire alarm.
Oh, no, I can hear that. I'm not that deaf. But, oh, gosh. So it's funny. I have an app on my phone that I can change the settings. So, I can concentrate more on voices that are close to me. If I'm outside, outdoors, at a concert, there's different things. So I was playing around with it and when I was at work and I put the outdoor thing on, I could hear conversations on the other side of the room. And I was like,
that'd be fun when going to a restaurant.
That's what I was thinking.
And then you could eavesdrop on people.
Exactly. Yeah, but the person that's next to me
that would be fun.
I can't, the person that's with me can't talk because it's so loud. But then I would just
blow you away.
Yeah, exactly. So
that's interesting.
Yeah.
I like that.
It was pretty wild. I was
We'll
like,
have to try it out though.
Yeah.
I'll make sure I whisper.
Okay. Whisper. Yeah, now I no longer have the Irish whisper that I had because I think it was funny. One of the first things I said was, oh my gosh, I'm so loud. And the doctor was like, yeah, you're usually hearing yourself in your head. Now you're hearing yourself through your ears.
Okay.
So I'm like, oh, that makes sense. So yeah, I'm trying to talk a little bit lower.
I think you were loud.
No, some of my people at work tell me I was loud. My friend Deb at work told me all the time I was loud.
I don't. I mean, yes, maybe she thought you were, but I don't feel that
maybe
you
just
were.
because we're all loud.
Maybe. I just didn't think you were.
Yeah.
Over the top loud.
No.
That's interesting.
So that's my kind of little update.
So I have an update of just, I was telling everybody I was going to my yoga class last week.
Oh yeah, how was that?
It was fun.
Yeah.
So we got there a little late because I had to go to a wake, and there was like an hour and a half line. It was nuts. But anyway, so my anxiety level was a little up because we were walking into a class 15
That's already
minutes
started,
late.
yeah.
So, but the teacher was awesome. I loved it. Again, it was just the first class. I didn't really know a lot of the moves, or I was following my friend beside me, and so it. I can't wait.
Did you do warrior's pose?
We did warrior.
You
yeah,
did?
we did. We did a whole bunch, lots of squats.
Oh, how were you feeling the next day or the day after?
The day after,
Yeah.
I was like, why am I so sore. And then I was like, oh, yoga.
Yeah. Most people think yoga is just stretching and stuff. It's not. There's so much more to it. And then there's different variations too. So, I mean.
And I like this class because it was a lot of older people. Like, it wasn't a lot of young people. There were a couple of young people in there, but, so it was nice. And I really enjoyed it. There's no class this week, but there's a class. She'll make it up at the end. I do have to say that the lady behind me let out some gas. I was dying.
Well, I told you when I went to that yoga retreat place with Julie, I was so nervous I was going to fart because you get into these positions and you're just like, and you can feel the gas moving. You
just have to clench your cheeks.
Oh, that's right. And then you don't end up moving and you don't stretch. It's awful. Well, and if anyone wants to go back and listen to it, but Julie said that if I had farted, she would have owned up to it, which was awesome. But I never did. But the guy behind us farted a few times, and of course, I giggled my ass off.
When we left the class, I was with Chrisy and Amy, and I said, "Oh my God!"
Oh, Amy went too.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
I'm like, "Did you guys hear the lady fart behind me?" And they were like, "No." I'm like, "Oh my God! It was so." Like, how did you? Like, I wanted to look at somebody, but I was like, "Ugh."
If I was there, cool. You would have been looking at me.
But I wouldn't have been able to laugh because then that would have embarrassed her. Because she farted and then she went, "Oh." Like, I was cracking up, but whatever. I was like, "Oh my God! Please don't let that be me as I'm making fun of somebody."
But it's something natural. It happens all the time in yoga classes, and you know what?
It was like silent. It was so quiet, and she went. I was dying. I literally was so loud.
I'm sorry. I'm a 12-year-old boy when it comes to that stuff.
Same.
Farts make me laugh. I don't know why.
Especially when they're not you.
Oh.
If they're you in public, then it's embarrassing. But when it's somebody else, it's hysterical.
Oh, yeah. Even just the thought of it makes me giggle. I don't know. It's awful.
Very funny. Very funny.
All right. So also, we have the time change, the spring ahead.
God, the time change has knocked me on my ass.
I know. Isn't it crazy? Well, I mean, we had that class that we had to get up early for on Sunday. So I think that kind of tripped us up a little bit. Yeah, it was, and yeah, it's awful. We're getting up a little bit earlier. You're getting up earlier to go to work now. I'm getting up earlier to do some exercise. So that has a lot to do with it. But we also found out that one of our most favorite things to do in the world, napping, is so good for you. So there was
think about this, right?
Yeah.
As a little kid, you're like, I don't want to go to bed. I don't want to take a nap. Me now, I can't wait to get in my freaking bed. I love being in bed.
I'm watching the clock. Oh, no, it's 8:00. It's too early to go to bed. I want to go to bed. Yes, exactly. And the dog is standing there looking at me. I'm like, I know, I want to go to bed too. But the benefits of naps, and I wanted to read this for everyone because I thought this was good. I do too.
I do love a nap.
I do. Some of the top 5 tips for the best napping. Avoid naps after 3 p.m. because then that does
fucks up your sleep.
Yeah. Limit your nap to 30 minutes or less. So the best I can say, Dave and I call it a disco.
Power nap.
We call it a disco. It kind of goes back to my mom that they would take a 20-minute nap before they went out to the disco.
Okay.
So we call it a disco
Just a power nap. Yep. Refresh yourself.
Yep. Try to block out the daylight and the noise as much as you can. And if you do wiki, if you do nap regularly, try to do it around the same time every day.
I wish I could nap regularly, but I can't. And my kids love naps.
Do they?
Oh my God, they love them.
That's awesome.
They always have.
Em's the only one that has ever napped. The other 3, absolutely not.
Really?
Yep. Oh my gosh, no.
Matt would come home from high school, go right to bed,
and
nap till like 5 o'clock.
Yeah, Em would do the same thing.
And then he'd say, "I can't sleep." I'm like, "You're sleeping till 5 o'clock.
Right.
Of course you can't."
Right. Yeah, you're going to get up, have dinner, and then try and go to bed like 3 hours later. It's not going to happen.
Yeah.
It was interesting, and I have done this, and it does work. Caffeine, if you have like coffee right before you nap, take a 20-30 minute nap, and when you wake up, you're refreshed. The caffeine takes 30 minutes to get into your system. So that gets you
Okay.
through a night. So,
I always was afraid to drink caffeine because
but if
I
you,
thought it would keep me awake.
but if say you're going out on a Saturday night and you're like dragging ass, you're like, oh, I want to take a nap so I can stay up. That helps you to stay up even longer. That has
Okay.
worked.
All
I've
right,
done that.
I'll try that.
So the benefits of that, you have improved daytime sleepiness. You don't get as tired. Enhanced physical performance. So people that actually are very physically active, it really helps them to continue that physical activeness for the rest of the day. Yeah. A relief for shift workers. So I mean, that's nothing that applies to us, but people that have irregular,
Overnight.
yeah. So they should nap earlier in the day and then have a really good nap right before they go to work. And it improves your thinking, improves your mood. That's for damn sure. Um, Cardiovascular effects. They say that
Who knew that napping, everybody thought you were lazy?
right. No.
And it has all these great effects on you.
Right. So studies show that naps are less than 30 minutes long may reduce stress on the heart and may lower the risk of heart disease.
So what happens if you nap longer than 30 minutes?
So if you get too much sleep, it's not good
I
for you,
know.
as much as getting too less sleep. So then that can change. Actually, I'll get to that.
Sorry.
So it reduces stress. It also strengthens your immune system too. Yeah. So yeah,
I
napping.
like that. I'm going to add naps into my everyday.
Right?
Well, yeah.
I know. And that's what's tough about working.
Because
Like
work, I don't get home till 4. Can
right.
I nap 4 to 4:30?
You could, but then you'd probably be up. Don't nap after 3. No, no
Right.
napping after 3. So the cons of napping, one of them is sleep inertia. So whenever have you ever taken a nap and you get up and you feel groggy?
Yes.
And you're like, oh my gosh, what year is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or why did I do that to myself? Why did I take a nap when,
Right.
when it made me worse?
You've slept too long and now it's putting you into that deep sleep. So that's why they say 30 minutes is long enough.
Okay.
Sometimes it affects nighttime sleep difficulties
Yeah.
if you have trouble. And then health problems. So for people that will take longer naps, longer than 90 minutes, now have a greater risk of high blood pressure, heart ailments, diabetes, and a cognitive decline.
Why?
Because now you're getting way too much sleep. Besides the sleep that you're getting at night, now you're adding another hour and a half on that. The best part is 30 minutes. That's what refreshes you.
No, I would have thought more sleep the better.
No, no. And the best thing to do is set an alarm so you do get up. And what else is there? Caffeine nap, we talked about that. And choosing the right time to nap. They say because of your sleep wake cycle, most people that work 2 p.m. is the best time to take a nap. So think about it. Don't you get tired like right at 2 p.m.? It's a couple hours after lunch.
It was after lunch.
Yep.
So I was like, oh, it's after lunch. I'm tired.
Yeah.
But yeah, 2 p.m. sounds like the perfect. I napped yesterday.
I see. Yeah. And I think I think once you turn 50, one of the benefits at work is you should be able to get like a 10-minute nap time. And then for every year you're, older, you get a couple of more minutes. So when you're 51, now you're there for 12 minutes, 52, 14 minutes. I think that should be a benefit.
I feel like a 12-minute nap wouldn't do me justice. I know they say it does, but I feel like I'd just be falling asleep and then I'd have to wake up.
Yeah, but you have to sleep. You don't just go for 10 minutes. I mean, it's,
once you fall asleep,
yeah.
Then they come in and
wake you up.
The best sleep I had was the colonoscopy.
Oh my gosh.
Now I know why Michael Jackson took propofol. I was out.
Yeah, it is. So the dog, Bailey, was sick over the weekend, or we had to take her to the emergency vet, and they had to sedate her. And as I'm bringing her home, I'm like, was that the best nap you've ever had in your life? And
she's like,
she was like so out of it for like the rest of the day.
You feel bad because they're like, what the hell's happening to me?
The look on her face was like sheer terror when she would wake up and be like, where the hell am I? And then she would stand up and just kind of slowly sink sometimes. Like, oh, the poor baby.
Yeah. So I'd like to know if our BFFers now, if they find it beneficial, just what your thoughts are on napping.
Yeah.
Do you like it?
Yeah, let us know.
Because I know I love it.
Oh my gosh, it's one of my most favorite things in the world is napping.
It is a fun thing.
It is. Right. So to continue on with our
Health journey.
yeah, and our aging shit. So when we did our live podcast on Valentine's Day,
It was our very first ever live, so
Mhm.
we weren't really sure what we were doing.
I don't think I ever watched a live anything, to be honest with you.
Really?
Yeah, I'll watch the replays, but I never catch a live thing. What I didn't understand, and this is why, our kids make fun of us, is that we were supposed to interact with people as they were talking to us.
That's
They
why
were
it's called live.
I don't know why that didn't occur to me. I felt so stupid. Like when I realized it was I was today years old when I
That's why our
realized it.
kids call us old heads.
Right. And I was like, oh, that makes sense. That makes it so much more fun. So our next one, I promise we'll do that.
We're gonna get a monitor.
Yes.
We'll put it on the floor, and we'll be able to see
Mm-hmm.
whatever's scrolling in the comments, and we'll be able to talk about it. And
Yeah.
and yeah, I can't wait for our next live.
Yeah, me too.
We have to think about that.
Yeah, I know.
It's gonna be fun.
Yeah, give us some ideas. Is there anything that you want to do you want us to cook for you? Would you like us to play another game, or I don't know. Yeah, we want to think of something fun. So
sit out in the backyard and have a few drinks.
Ooh, and play those games. Yeah, play
what games?
Like the water balloon game.
Oh, I would love to do the water balloon game. Oh my gosh,
yes. Oh, maybe
I don't know if I could do that live though, because I think I would. I don't know. It would be funny.
That would be funny.
Where you tie it to a fan.
Yeah. Or it doesn't even have to be a fan. You just put it in this. Do you have an overhang out there?
I thought it had to swirl around.
Yeah, you move it with your hand. You push it with your hand. Yeah.
Yeah, that looks pretty fun.
I know, right? It does. We'll figure out something. That'll be fun.
Or if you have a suggestion, just let us know.
That would be great.
We're always open to suggestions.
Always. Yeah. That would be wicked fun.
We'll have to do some research.
Yeah, definitely.
Come up with something silly.
So another part of my, on aging gracefully is when I was younger, I always wanted people to like me. And when I say that, I don't mean that like when working, I was always the first one to help someone. If someone said something, I was like, yes, I'll do that. Yes, 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 absolutely. Yes.
You were
and
a people pleaser.
Yes, exactly. I was a people pleaser. And one of the managers said to me, she's like, you don't need to have everyone like you. Now, she was a little bit older than me. And in the back of my head, I was just like, fuck you. I mean, yeah, I want people to like me.
Right, I'm nice. I want to have friends.
Right, exactly. You know what? Now I don't care anymore. I'm just like, I'm at the point in my life, I'm like, if you don't like me for who I am, I'm sorry.
Who gives a fuck?
Right,
I totally agree. You don't need to like me, and I don't care if you like me. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm not going to kiss your ass anymore. You know what? I'm going to do what I'm supposed to do, but I'm not going to bend over backwards like I used to.
I agree with you. Life's too fucking short.
Yeah.
To give a shit about other people.
Right. And I don't care what they think about me. That's their business. If they choose to dislike me because of maybe one thing that I said, or maybe I was in a bad mood or whatever, dude, that's on you.
Right.
You know what?
No, I totally hear where you're coming from. I think I finally got to that point in my life that I don't give a shit anymore.
Yeah.
You don't like me, I don't care.
Right. Yeah.
No skin off my back.
I think the kids these days, listen to me, the kids these days, but I think they're already at that place in their life. Not all of them, but more than we were as kids. I mean, I think we all wanted to be liked. I think.
No, I feel like they still you want to be popular in high school and all that. You know what I mean? Like for me, now I don't, like I said, I don't give a shit, but I still think the kids nowadays. Yeah, I mean, I think that's part of growing up, isn't it?
I think so, but maybe they're just doing it, like when I see my kids, and it's not that they don't care, and I don't mean it in that respect. They're just they're comfortable with who they are, and they're just like, if you don't like it, oh well. Where I would be like, oh my gosh, if they don't like me, I have to figure out why, and I got to fix that, and everything. And they're just like, whatever.
Yeah, but they were older too. I think if we had high school kids, or middle school,
yeah, maybe that's different. Yeah,
we probably would, you know, because I feel like my kids are that way as well. They don't give a shit, and
Right.
that's great.
But at that age, I still cared.
I think I did too.
I know I did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It wasn't until recently that
Yeah.
I got the I don't give a fuck
I'd say in
attitude.
the last 5 years
Yeah, same.
that I'm just like,
Because now I would never leave my house before without makeup or my hair done or any of that.
right,
Now I go out of the house, no makeup, my hair's in a top knot bun. You know what I mean? I
right,
don't care.
right.
I don't care.
Do you go to Walmart in your pajamas?
Do not go out in pajamas. Like I'd go out in pajamas in my car if I wasn't leaving my car. Because I used to take the kids to the bus stop
That's
or
yeah,
go through Dunk's drive
yeah,
through.
yeah.
I would never go in a store without pajamas. That still bothers me
Okay,
that
me
people
too.
do that.
Yeah, me too. I don't get that.
It's like
That's
they wear them to school.
well, we used to have pajama day.
No, they wear them to school.
Did your kids do that?
No. But
My,
nowadays, I see a lot of kids walking around in pajamas
my
in the
girls.
store, in Target.
Oh yeah, in the stores. My
It drives
girls
me
would wear
crazy.
those like moccasins
Yeah,
to
that's
school,
different.
and I'm like,
Mine
those are
too.
the slippers.
Yeah, but that's
Yeah.
different though. My kids have done that. Maddie, I got him a pair of UGG slippers for Christmas.
Yeah.
He said he wears them everywhere.
Well, he's in college. Sorry, in college it's very, very different than it is in high school. In college, it was always okay to wear shitty clothes because you were a poor college student. I'm sorry, but I never did that. Not where I went to school. I mean, Salem State was not like that. It was a glorified high school when
Yeah.
I was there. You know.
Yeah, so he tells me he wears them all the time because he wore them out the other day, and I'm like, "You wearing your slippers?" He's like, "Yeah, I wear them everywhere." But that's such a thing now.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just a different time.
Is it better than wearing Crocs everywhere?
They do that too.
I don't wear my Crocs out.
You don't?
No.
Why?
I only
You
wear
don't
them in
want people
those.
to make fun of you?
No.
You don't want to be known as Noelle, the croc wearer?
They're ugly.
I know they are.
I know,
You
but
love them.
I love them. They're so comfortable.
My
So
kids wear them out.
I
All of them.
don't. I've never worn them out. Maybe I will this
Billy,
summer.
Matt, Meg, not Lauren, and not Jason. And I don't think Will does
Yeah.
either.
But I have a lot. So the kids have bought me those. What are those things that you put inside the
The
decorations?
giblets.
Giblets. Giblets.
Giblets. There's something gibby.
Giblets are what's in a turkey.
They're like giblets. I don't know. There's something like that.
Giblets. Yeah. So my mother-in-law had gotten me some, and then Nick and his girlfriend had gotten me some. So my mother-in-law got me. They're so cute. There's a little penguin and a flower and a frog and all
That's
these cute ones.
cute.
And then Nick and Abby got me one. There's a skeleton hand giving a middle finger. There's one that says "I love hot moms." There's another one with a frog with a knife. There's one, or is it the duck with the knife? But whatever. So I have them on two different ones. And Zane will look at them and he'll be like, "Duck? Skeleton?" And I'm like, "Oh, I'm glad he can't read yet." I'm like, "Oh my gosh."
Julie said they are called gibbets.
Not giblets. Okay.
I knew it was something like that. Again, old head answer, right?
I love it. So, all right. How did we get on Crocs?
You
What were we talking about?
were talking about slippers and then wearing Crocs out.
Yeah.
And then we started talking about how Crocs were ugly.
Yeah.
And you
I don't even remember how we got there. Let me look at my note. Oh, about how we don't give a fuck what people think of us. Yeah, okay.
But you said you don't like wearing them.
Yeah, I won't wear them out because they're ugly, and
I like my Croc slides. Love them. I
Yeah.
wear those out.
Yeah, well, those are
They don't look like ugly Crocs though.
No.
But now they do because the dog took a bite out of them. Not my dog.
Oh, Loki, the demon spawn grand dog.
I love him.
He's so cute. He really is. He's adorable.
Yeah.
All right. So now we were we're gonna move on to our
my obsession, I guess. This is I mean, I think it's the world's obsession right now is Princess Kate.
Yeah.
What the fuck is happening?
I don't know. I saw the picture.
Is she dead?
I saw the picture and I was like, oh, okay, that's cute. And
I couldn't tell it was Photoshop at all.
No,
I guess because we don't have that experience.
No, I was just like, oh, they're the royals. They're gonna have a beautiful picture. They're gonna keep taking it and fixing
People
it
can
until it's
everything, and they analyzed it.
I
They
still
said
don't
there
even
was 16 things wrong with that picture.
They pointed them out. I still don't see them.
I couldn't tell with the what's the daughter's name? Charlotte. I couldn't see her stuff, but I did see that there was no thumb on her hand when someone pointed that out.
Oh, I didn't notice that.
I also I couldn't tell what they were saying about the shirts. And then what's the young one? Louis. His hands were fucked up and stuff. They when you make a cross your fingers, you go this way. His were this way.
Yeah, but people have weird things that they do. It has.
I don't know, but there was a whole bunch, and they were saying that the trees were blossomed, and they're not blossoming yet in England. They were saying the reflection in the windows. There's a whole bunch of things. Another one I sent to Julie, and I saw that she posted, is them driving in the car where Kate's not looking. They said that's Photoshop because the bricks in the window beside her are different than the bricks behind the car. There's just a lot of stuff. So I want to know, why can't they just say, listen, Kate went in for surgery, didn't go well, she's in a coma.
Well, they don't want to alarm the people, I guess.
They don't do anything there, though. It's not like she's the ruler of the world England.
But is it also maybe a HIPAA violation? Do they have? I don't know if they have HIPAA there.
I don't know.
Right?
I don't know.
Because I know King Charles.
If you came out and said, Kate's going in to have whatever surgery it is, it would stop all the questions. Now, the other thing they're talking about is when they said Kate is home and recovering, but they're also saying her motorcade never left the hospital.
Well, they want to be as secret as they possibly can.
But see, their motorcades are everywhere, and when people are so in tune with the royals,
right,
that there are photographers everywhere, and no one has a picture of that.
So, what do you think?
I think she's in a coma.
You think so?
Yeah. Because they're doing so much to try to put her out there, and now they have to pull it back. I think something went wrong with her surgery. Either she's in a coma, or she's can't speak or can't be shown.
Really? Well, then, I don't know. Well, doesn't King Charles also have... He has cancer, but they're not saying what kind.
Which is another thing. Why can't you just come out and say, because it would put everything to rest. King Charles has prostate cancer. They're saying it's not prostate cancer. I heard it was pancreatic cancer. Just a rumor. I don't know if that's
oh my gosh,
true or not.
The rumors that are going around are absolutely insane.
You could put this all to rest and to bed if you just came out and said, hey, listen, we're going through hard times. King Charles is fighting blah, blah, blah cancer.
Right.
Okay, then that would end it, right?
Right.
And it's kind of a weird thing that they went in for surgery around the same time. They're also saying William canceled an engagement the day of. He was supposed to speak at his godfather's funeral.
Yes, and he canceled it.
And he canceled because of Kate. So, why? They never do that.
Maybe it was an emergency surgery.
Well, that's when it was after she had surgery.
Oh, okay.
So, right. Up. I'm just saying, if Queen Elizabeth was still alive, none of this would be happening.
No, the mother is gone and the house shits the bed. Everything goes away. Yep.
You know what I'm saying? What is happening? I'd love to know what everybody else's thoughts are. Do you follow the royals? I'm huge. I love the Royals. I don't know why. I always have.
No, I know it. That's your kind of thing. That's so we were talking about that. Someone there was an article that I had found. They were talking about Sweet Valley High. This was a set of books from when we were younger in high school, and Diana loved them.
I read them all.
And I sent it to her, and I said, "Oh my gosh, this was your precursor to all the smut novels that you read now." Yeah,
stories,
yeah,
you know
exactly.
I mean?
But yeah,
That's like I love to watch old English shows as well, like Downton Abbey.
yeah,
Loved it.
yeah, I love that too.
To Call a Midwife. Love that show.
Oh, I've never seen that.
Oh my god, it's so good.
Really?
Yes, so good.
But I don't know. Do they try to keep part of their lives quiet, or are they always out there?
That, but telling them that she's having surgery, I feel like you threw the bait out and you didn't finish.
Wasn't one of the rumors now saying that she had an affair with
I don't know.
one of?
They always seemed so happy. I don't know about that. They're talking about him having an affair as well.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, that's one of the things. Neither of them have, like in the picture, she doesn't have a ring on. Then they
because
said,
those on her hands. Right. It's just her head.
Oh, and then in another picture, he doesn't have his ring on. So, honestly,
he always wear a ring?
I don't know. I can't answer that. And I'm going to say, my husband doesn't always wear a ring. My brother never wears a ring. You know that
Billy doesn't wear a ring.
Yeah, it's just.
He did. Sometimes he might, but
Dave will wear it if we go out to dinner or something. It's just not. I don't know. Especially people that work in the trades or something.
It's easier not to.
Right.
You don't want to get it caught on something.
Dave gets this little rash under his finger. I keep telling him he's allergic to marriage.
That's so funny. So funny. Yeah, so I'd love to know what everybody thinks about that. Yeah. I mean, I just find this.
Share your scoops with us, or you're like, what do you think?
Fascinating. Yeah. It's everywhere. You can't scroll on TikTok without people picking shit apart about the pictures and their theories and what's happening.
Yeah, I know you sent me a couple of things, and I was like, oh my gosh.
You okay?
Yeah, the bubbles from that.
I thought you were gonna puke.
I was trying to be quiet. So yeah, the all the stuff that you were sending me earlier, and they were pointing out all of the issues. I'm like, I still don't even see it.
The whole like Photoshop stuff. I don't
get it. Yeah,
I know that's definitely because it's not our generation.
They should have the Kardashians look at it because they're really good at that stuff. They face tune everything, right? Yeah. So they should take a look and go, oh yeah, that's all doctored.
But like, so why are they going to the lengths of putting out fake things? Why?
Yeah, I would agree with you. Something's got,
and then they cover it up with the tweet that she put out or whatever and said, oh, like everybody else, I am experimenting with Photoshop, and I'm not very good at it. I'm sorry, blah, blah, blah. She signed it C. So like, I feel like that's fake.
And I can't even imagine that the royal family takes their own photos and puts them out to the public. They have professional people to do.
Took the photo.
Regardless.
I don't believe that.
No, I don't believe that either. No. Not something that they're going to put out to the public. Right. There is no way. I'm sure they have their own personal stuff, but not something that they would post.
And like, why wasn't he in that picture?
Because it's Mother's Day.
Oh, it's Mother's Day. Right. It's their Mother's Day.
Yeah.
I don't know. I got to do a deeper dive.
Yeah, most definitely. Well, I'm sure the next few days things will pop up.
Will come out.
Yeah. So speaking of the next few days, I'm doing a little bit of a follow up to that New York story.
Oh,
so the first one where I found the story that they found the leg in the subway, and then the second one they found all those body parts
in
over
Long Island.
Yeah. So get this. This is absolutely insane. So they arrested 4 people in connection with these body parts that were scattered all over the.
How did they tie it to them?
I can't figure that out. I have looked and looked and looked, and I can't find it. But they did release all of their names, and they were arrested. And this is what they were holding them for. What they arrested them for: hindering prosecution, tampering with physical evidence, and concealing a human corpse. Okay, so this girl was on her way to high school. She found the arm.
Right.
She went back to her dad's. He called the police, and then through there, they found 6 other body parts. Okay.
Were they all the same person?
No, it's 2 different people.
Okay.
So there was at least one man and one woman that they know of, and they're still doing some DNA testing. And they
I'm
believe
gonna cry. I know we've talked about this, but I'm just thinking of this poor kid walking to school and seeing a body part.
Right.
Like, are you thinking, is that a mannequin?
Right, that's what I would think. Absolutely. And they're still saying that it could be gang related. However, that's not even the killer part for me. These 4 people did not go to jail.
What?
They were released. They all have the GPS
The ankle monitor?
ankle monitors. And you want to know why?
New York has gotten crazy.
Under New York's bail reform laws passed in 2019, the charges of merely chopping up and disposing of dead
Don't
bodies
even tell me.
are not eligible for bail. The only way that they would be held on bail is if they were charged with murder.
So you can chop up somebody.
Yep. And distribute their body anywhere you want, and you're not going to be held in jail. You can't leave the country. You have to wear a monitor around your ankle, but you can do.
Why?
What is that?
What, so they can do it again?
They could change. They could. What if there's the rest of the body somewhere else, and now they can take all of that evidence? I mean, I'm sure they're being monitored because the whole ankle. But come on, seriously?
I don't understand that.
When I
why
read
didn't
that,
they hold them for murder? How do they know it was them?
I haven't been able to find out. I don't know how they tracked down these 4 people. I've been looking and looking, and I will continue to keep looking because this is just driving me crazy that these people are not in jail. They went back to court Monday, and they still released them again. They're all back at home again. Do you believe? I'm floored.
So in New York City, it's like the illegal immigrants they were beating up cops.
Mm-hmm.
They let them out.
Yeah, they didn't even hold them.
Why?
I don't know. Because of these new laws that they have in place, it's not considered a
so we're
available offense.
Criminals.
Pretty much. It's so sad. I don't either. And I'm so glad I don't live in New York. That's all I can say. But yeah, that floored me. I'm like,
I can't read that.
No, I
Should we
can't.
try to move it closer?
Making it bigger.
You gotta make it bigger.
Bail reform. Yeah, there it is. So the 2019.
Okay, so there we're talking about a 2019 law that was passed, the bail reform law.
Yeah.
Is that throughout the United States or just New York?
Just New York. Just New York. Yep. So that's pretty scary. So there's got to be something that can be done. Reduces the number of people sitting in jail while they're awaiting trial. So that's the biggest part of it. They don't have the room. All right, I can understand. Okay, like say you got arrested for marijuana or you got arrested for speeding.
You're not going to sit in jail for that.
Let those people stay home. Not someone that chopped a body up.
Obviously, they're like demented. You know how hard it is to chop up a body?
I don't know. How hard is it?
No, but you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, it's like, one, you should be in jail because obviously you murdered the person, but then you dismembered them.
But even if you didn't murder, say, it is this gang related thing, and they have to do those stupid things to get into the gang.
Could it have been a cadaver body?
No.
I don't know. I'm just trying to figure that out.
No.
I don't know.
All right. Yeah. All right. Enough of that.
So that's disgusting.
It is.
People are now going to get away with cutting up a body.
Yeah. Literally. It just forced.
Did it say how old they were?
Yeah, they were in their 50s.
The people that are dead or the people that did it?
Both. Well, actually,
shut the fuck up. So are you kidding me?
The people that were dead were in their 50s. Hold on.
How did they identify them?
The people that the people that were dead are in their early 50s, the man and the woman, and then the people that have been accused of chopping them up are 44, 40, 33, and 38.
Okay. I have another question. Did they say what the correlation was?
No,
Nothing yet. There's not a lot of details.
There's not a lot of details.
I'd like to know if they knew them.
Yeah. Yeah, they're not saying, I think because they believe it might be gang related, there's not a lot of information at this time. So, like I said,
Well, they're still investigating and they don't want to put out all the details of it. So I get that.
Yeah.
That's nuts.
Yeah, but that was the thing that got me, was that I can't believe they're not in jail. I don't understand that. So, all right, that's my follow up on the New York body parts case.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's do our tidbit.
Let's do our tidbit. So this tidbit.
Wait a minute. You have to do it.
Tidbit! So our tidbit is just something that just happened over the weekend.
But we were together.
Yep, we were together. And I wish we had sent Julie some pictures, but we can post them on the socials. So we went
she can add them in.
to an all-female firearm class.
I found it so interesting.
Yeah.
But being in a class, you always have those fucking annoying people. I stopped paying attention at one point in class because a lady in front of me was driving me nuts.
So it was a classroom.
She was so loud and obnoxious.
She was. So it was a classroom set up, and it was small tables, and it was 2 people at a table. There were like 25 of us.
25.
Yeah.
They said it was the first time that it was ever full.
Yeah.
Like usually they book it full, but not everybody shows up.
Right. And we had a terrible day. So it was the time changed. The
weather was horrendous.
Yeah. And we knew that we were going to be outside at some point. So they were very surprised that everyone showed up. But so my daughter came with us. Chrissy's daughter came with us. So
Chrisy,
and
myself.
So
and
I
Noelle.
didn't sit with Diana. I sat with my daughter. And now I'm getting texts from Diana. That lady next to you is driving me fucking crazy. Like, I feel like I'm back in high school.
She was just just so annoying. Like she was late. Okay.
She was like 20 minutes late.
Yeah. And then she'd get up. She went to the bathroom for another 20 minutes.
Yep.
She came back, sitting down, looking at everybody. At one point, I caught her like staring at the lady behind us. I'm like, what is she doing? Like, I don't know.
Honestly, when I looked at her eyes, like her pupils were a little fucked up.
Chrisy thought she was drunk.
Yeah, I thought she was drunk or high. Absolutely.
Chrisy said she smelled like she was drunk.
Oh, maybe.
I didn't smell her.
Okay, I didn't either. But
because I didn't want to get that.
There was definitely something, and she was going around telling me that she was taking the class, but already is just here to figure out what kind of, weapon she wanted, and she was going to get a pink one. And I was like, well, that's not what this class is about. This is to teach you laws. This is, to teach you laws and to teach you about a firearm and to teach you, like, all the
basics. Safety.
Yeah, it's all about the safety. It wasn't about anything else like that. So I don't know what.
She didn't end up going to the range either.
She did. She showed up late. I saw her shoot.
Are you sure?
Positive.
Her friend was there.
Yeah, I don't know how she snuck in because so wait a minute. So this woman also left the class early, and then when we got to the range, there were 3 people that were missing. It was her and those other 2 women
that came late.
Yeah, no, the ones that sat in front of me.
They were late, but they got there.
At the range.
Sorry.
But no, I saw her because I looked and I was like, who's that shooting? And I'm like, when did she show up?
Are you sure it was her?
Positive.
Because her friend went and sat in the car.
Because she was cold. Yeah.
I'm like, really? Suck it up.
Yeah, I know.
But anyway, so let's talk about the class. Yeah.
Sorry, I just, with all the crazy, sorry. There was a lot of crazy women in there.
Yeah.
I texted Dave at one point. I said, you are so lucky to be married to me. I said, because these people
are obnoxious.
They're so aggravating. They're driving me crazy. Yeah. And I was like, maybe my patience is very thin.
I felt the same way.
Yeah. I was just like, stop asking the same question over and over and over and over again. And then I was like, it's in the book.
Right.
Sorry.
No, that's okay because I felt the same way. But so it was taught by a woman named Lynn and a guy named Bob, and they were great.
They were
Actually,
awesome.
there's so many laws
Mhm.
to owning a gun that it's just overwhelming.
It is.
Every state, which I don't understand, has their own law. So
And
if you
that's
have a gun in Massachusetts, you can't go to New Jersey with it. Or if you have a gun,
you can't go any other
no.
state. No.
Like what? What's the purpose of having a gun if you can't bring it with you to other places?
Well, that and now this goes back to our constitutional right to carry a gun. And that's what
bear
all of
arms.
these, yes, all of these arguments have been over the years. And laws have been made to make things, to change things, and they're passing, so you have the people that are for them and you have the people that are against them. And
And
so
I
everyone makes their own
and I get
laws.
that, but if you get your license, so you're a licensed gun owner. So
Mhm.
your state says they went through the class, they went through all the checks, they are okay to carry a gun,
Mhm.
but you can't go
No.
anywhere with it.
No, and he made a very good point. You get a license to drive. You can drive in any state in the United States.
He had
But
so many
it's
good points,
but you
actually.
cannot carry a gun. Yes. Also, if you think about it, I've always
I
kind of
can't bring my gun to New Hampshire, could
no,
I, from
no,
Massachusetts? And you can't bring your gun from New Hampshire.
into Massachusetts. Right. So when we were talking last week, um, reciprocity. So there are certain states that you can.
Yes, I do know
Right.
that are like hooked up together.
Yep.
That you can, if you have a license in New Hampshire, you can bring it to another state.
Yeah. There are several
Ohio or
states.
something
Yeah,
like that.
Ohio. There's Vermont.
Yeah.
Um, Maine. So yeah, there's a bunch, and it's the same way. Massachusetts is the only state that does not offer reciprocity to any other state in the United States.
How bad Massachusetts is with owning a gun.
Yeah.
And they just hate it.
Yeah.
And but so the class, they teach you, it was a 8 to 5 class.
Yeah.
8 in the morning till 5 at night. So we get in there and they go over the class, they tell you the rules. They gave you a lot of good tips. Like if you do eventually get your license and have a gun, if you're in your house because you could still be charged with homicide.
Yes, you can.
If you shoot somebody that is in your house that's going to rob you.
Yep.
So you need to, one, hide, or
Mhm.
if you can, call 911.
Yep.
And you must state, I have a gun, I will shoot you.
Yeah. So this class was about safety.
Yes, and tips.
It was about
safety of an intruder, not just gun safety.
right, but it was yes, exactly.
Right.
It was both. It was defense,
Defense. That's the word
yeah.
I was looking for,
Yeah.
and I couldn't think of it.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, that's okay. So
Safety and defense.
yeah, so it was a lot of different things. It wasn't like, okay, we're just going to show you how to shoot and do all this other stuff. No.
Right, it wasn't gun.
It was 6 hours of intensive classwork, and it was really interesting. And I've been through this before, but a little differently. I didn't have the defense part about it. I did one that broke down how you take apart a gun and how you clean it and how you do all
and
of that,
how you reload it and
Yep.
unload it.
Yep. Yeah.
Yes, we definitely did that, which was a little intimidating for me. At 55, I've never held a gun.
Yeah.
Ever.
Well, it is. It's scary. Well, it's a very
Guns
powerful
always scared
weapon,
me.
right? It's a powerful weapon that kills.
Yeah.
There is nothing else
My
that
biggest fear is like going to the shooting range. Like
But she did it.
I did. But so what I want to ask you about it, because so we went to an outdoor shooting range, and the way it's set up is it's like a big hole that, you know what I mean? Like you're in like a hole, kind of, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so there's dirt at the end of the range, high up.
Yeah.
So if you're shooting and you miss your target, it goes into the dirt.
Right. Those are called berms.
Okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Thank you. So the stall that you're at,
Yep.
is that called a stall?
Yeah, it's a stall.
Okay, so you're at the stall. Now, there were 4 targets to shoot at,
Yep.
or 5?
4.
Okay. So if I'm there, can somebody just come in and go beside me?
Yeah, so if you're a member of that, yes.
That scares me.
Why?
I don't know because I don't know them. I don't know how they feel. I don't know. It just made me nervous to think I could just be by myself shooting at that stall, and then there's someone right beside me
Right.
that will, I don't know.
That could shoot you?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's fair. So what happens at most fishing games is that thing is not open.
If you're in a indoor shooting range,
Mhm.
from what I saw on TV,
Mhm.
you're separated.
By yes.
You know
But
what I
I
mean?
got
That was wide open, and I just was weird to me. I thought you'd be in your own little stall.
no. Cuz
Cubby,
it's an
I
outside
guess.
yeah, it's an outside place. So what happens is when you belong to a fishing game club like that, you have a pass that lets you in. No one from off the street can get in. Yes, it was
So you have
just
like a key to get in?
exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
So and you
Does
want
it ever close?
yeah.
Like it has specific hours?
Yes, has
Okay.
specific hours. Yeah. Yeah. So you can't go there. It's from dawn till dusk.
Okay.
It's like a half hour before.
I
Each
mean,
place is a little different. Yeah.
okay.
You're not gonna go shooting at night. Um, but your assumption, and it is an assumption, it's a very strong assumption, is that you're with other people that are like minded like you. They're there to shoot, they're there to do the thing. Then they're not there for harm.
Yeah, no, I know.
So but I get that. I can understand and that's
Like, what if you get somebody that doesn't know what they're doing?
well, that's the whole thing. So, do you remember when we were standing there and all of a sudden you heard the tut, 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 and I was like, "Oh, they're not supposed to be doing that." And that guy ran over there.
Yeah.
So, someone does something stupid, people get hurt. So, you're supposed to follow the rules. They're
Right.
very, very strict
Oh,
in those
I didn't
places.
see that.
Yeah.
And do they always have somebody there listening?
No,
So,
no.
so
So
then
you're
what
supposed
happens when he does and there's nobody else there?
he gets away with it. So you're supposed to be an adult and you're supposed to treat it like it's your own because your dues go to that place and pay for it. It is not subsidized by anything else. That is your place. You treat it just like it's your own. It's run by volunteers. It's not
I know
they
that
don't
just
make any
makes me I feel like an indoor shooting range at least.
I'll tell you something, an indoor shooting range is worse. And
Really?
here's why. So, and I don't want to alarm anyone that has guns or is thinking about it, but I'm just going to give you some information. And this could be why, or this is a reason why people are fearful of them. And I 100% understand that, and there's nothing wrong with it. So, Dave was going to an indoor shooting range. Now, you don't have to be a member in most shooting
Right.
ranges.
Yep. I do know that.
So, he went in and I can't remember if he had his own firearm or if he was renting because you can rent
Yep,
them.
I do know that.
But I get a call and from the gun range. And this guy says to me, "Oh, it's a Noelle Rollins." I'm like, "Yeah." And she's like, and he was like, "Oh, okay. So I have Dave here. I just want to make sure that you understand that he's here and that everything is okay with him." And I'm like, "Yep, everything is fine." I said, "Absolutely." I said, "He's married to me, so he has a wonderful life." I'm kidding around with the guy. Well, the reason for that is there have been many instances where people will go into a place like that, rent a firearm, go in and kill themselves.
Really?
Because they look at it that it's not at home. They don't have to clean it up.
It's not their gun.
It's not their gun. They don't have to worry about it. So the reason
Do they do that to everybody?
if you go in by yourself and you're not a regular, yes, they want to make sure that you have the mental capacity so for me to say, "Oh my gosh, no, he's depressed, don't let him do anything." So yeah, there's other things that they do too, but yeah, so that's something that so it's yes, it's a sport.
See,
It's
for
a
me,
dangerous
not
sport.
having somebody instructed beside me
Hmm.
when I go scares me. Like I feel like I need that somebody to show me and tell me what to do.
And you should. If you're that nervous, absolutely. I mean, I had one point
I just don't want to fuck it up. You know what I mean? I want to make sure I do it right.
So if you just follow the rules, all you have to do is follow the rules.
So if I
you're
don't
fine.
want to put a full magazine in and
You do
only
not
do
have
five bullets, I can do that.
Absolutely, you can do one. Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Yep. So I had one of the big things, You have to wear the glasses,
Yeah.
right? You saw all the shells spitting?
I was shocked at the shell spitting.
Yeah. There was one point when Dave and I were by ourselves, a shell went down my shirt
That's Chrissy said the same
and
thing. It
burned
burned
me.
her.
So in the first thing, and I was shooting. And the first thing you're going to do, you feel something
You're
burn,
like, woo!
your hand goes up.
Yeah.
And I did that. And Dave was like, what are you doing? I'm like, you just don't think. You have to be
That's
very
what
coherent.
I mean.
Yeah.
So he's able to stand right beside you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's what I would want.
Yeah.
Somebody, until I'm comfortable enough to know exactly what I'm doing, when I go shooting, I want someone right beside me.
And you can have that. Yeah, and you should.
Because I still am not sure about pulling it back and emptying it out. Like,
Mm-hmm. And that's just something that's going to take
like
practice.
yeah, exactly. That was my first time ever.
Yeah. And it is very intimidating. It is very exhilarating, and it is very scary.
I shot a revolver, which was easy.
Yeah. I don't like them, but
my dad, that's what my dad has.
Yeah.
And then I shot a 9mm, which I love.
Yeah, those were nice.
The first time he was like, tighter grip, and then I held it and he was like, fine.
Yeah.
I didn't want to do the Glock because that kind of made
it has a huge kick to it.
It looked like it had a huge kickback. And what was the other one? Do you remember?
I don't even remember. No, I don't remember.
Yeah, I didn't want to do that either because that looked too powerful.
Yeah.
I don't want anything powerful like that.
And you don't need that. I mean, honestly, the easiest things, like for me, is like the 9mm rifle, because it's long and you lay down and it's not like right in your face. But that's used hunting. I mean, that's different. We weren't going to. I would bring my gun there to sight it in, but I wouldn't, necessarily constantly shoot it out. But just to make sure I know what I'm doing. Right.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, I found it very interesting, very informative. I really enjoyed it.
So yeah, if anyone is interested in taking this class, I would say to you, reach out to us. Yeah, it's a stink bug.
Yeah. All of a sudden I look over and there's this big giant bug over there.
Don't touch it or it'll stink. So if anyone is interested in taking this class, it is an all-female pistol class. It's in Manchester, New Hampshire.
And he will give you a Massachusetts certificate.
Yep. So let us know. Reach out to us. We'll provide you the information.
Oh, I found it very informative.
Yeah.
I mean, just in safety and defense.
Yes.
Not just guns.
No,
he was, he was so informative. And he also works for the court system. So he was, without saying names or anything, he was telling us stories and how to help ourselves.
Right. Yeah.
I liked it a lot.
Yeah. Actually, you're right. It was a great defense learning thing to, what you do in your home.
But I feel like when panic sets in, are you going to remember that
Well,
stuff?
that's what they kept reiterating.
Right.
So the more you do something, the more muscle memory you have, the more you'll be, you'll just do it.
Right.
Same thing with, do you remember when we were younger and it was like stop, drop, and roll?
Yeah.
I've never used it in my life, but I know if I'm on fire, I know I'm going to stop, drop, and roll.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's kind of the same thing.
All right, BFFers, I think that's it for this week.
Yeah,
hopefully you enjoyed it and you liked our experiences with guns.
Yeah.
All right, BFFers, it's adios for today.
We'll see you next week.
See you next week.
All right, bye.
You've been listening to Life's Journey with Best Friends. For details on any of the things we've mentioned in the podcast, including photos, visit our website lifesjourneybff.com. You can also email us at lifesjourneybff@gmail.com or visit us on Facebook, Instagram, or Threads.
Remember, no matter where life takes you, you are never alone when you have a best friend by your side. Until next time.